I am wearing my Lions gear. This is not going to be a Heart of a Lions fan podcast. I am just here today wearing my Lions gear, celebrating that Lions victory. Back with StreamYard. I'm going to probably end up paying for StreamYard here eventually, but I'm using the free versions. This is probably going to come across at 720p, 720 pixel resolution. So not full HD, but close enough for you to see all of the beautifulness that is me, Mike Vanderpool, here today to talk about ChatGPT. I have done some work with ChatGPT in the past. Specifically, I've got a few videos out there that show how it works. And I was, you know, I come from academia. I was a teacher for years, have a degree in English, or my bachelor's is in English, stuff like that. So I was also in the arts and sciences department at a community college working with humanities faculty, English comp faculty, stuff like that. So I've got a pretty good pulse, I think, on some of the concerns when it comes to automatically generated text or natural language generation. We don't want to use the words AI here yet for what Chat GPT is, but it's natural language generation. So it's generating language, and it is scaring some people. Had me scared early on too. Like, and not just like scared. Oh my goodness, all these students are going to start writing fake papers. That wasn't it. It was like, okay, this is a really cool tool. My understanding of what Chat GPT is as a natural language generator and the way that I've used it so far has been phenomenal for just cutting down the time that you have to research things. It's not going to help you solve huge problems. Well, take a step back. It's not going to give you the solution for huge problems, but it's going to help you solve those huge problems. It is, I'm going to equate it to a calculator. We now have the English language or natural language, human language equivalency of a calculator. That's what ChatGTP is in relation to. If I want to use a metaphor from back in the day when calculators, oh, you can't use those for anything, and now you can't do any math without them. ChatGPT. Let me just do a quick little demo here first. And ChatGPT, let's say here, write a out of office response email. I don't know what to write. Dear blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your email. I'm currently out of the office and will not be able to respond to your message until yada, yada. If you require immediate assistance, please contact. I mean, like, okay. Did it help me? Yeah, it saved me tons of time here. Gave me something. Now, could I have Google searched this? Probably, definitely. Would my team at work maybe have something like this? Possibly. But if not, after 5 seconds with Chat GPT, they do. And I can see where this can get scary because we would come in here and I did like a new chat and I said, write, I think this was one I used before, write a business plan for a pizzeria. Okay. Starts with an executive summary. Oh, so here is a basic. So now this is only giving me a basic outline. It's not giving me an actual business plan. Write an executive summary for a pizzeria in Detroit, Michigan that will specialize in pineapple pizza. So there we go. And let's see here. Our pizzeria, Pineapple Paradise, will be a new addition to the vibrant food scene in Detroit, Michigan. Our mission is to bring a unique and delicious twist to the classic pizza by offering a range of pineapple topped pies. I mean, okay, so there we go. I could probably go in and say, hey, write a marketing strategy for this, write that. Chat GPT under OpenAI is a natural language generation tool that generates natural language. Now, I'm sure if you dug down deep into these things and maybe check some stuff on Grammarly, like I did earlier in some of my other videos, you might notice some things that are wrong grammatically. You might also notice some things that are wrong when it comes to facts and information. But you know what? That's just part of what we have to do anymore. Is you're going to do some research and then you check those, right? I would never, and this is I think where we have to teach our kids is we're not going to say never use this because it's just like telling them never to use Wikipedia as a source for a paper. It's a good place to start looking for sources and finding sources. And ChatGTP is a really great place to start with research. But that's not exactly why I'm here. But we're going to go ahead and test a ChatGPT checker. So 7% of your text matches the source. and that's these two lines here. So nothing too much that's screaming out to us. But now we've got this Chat GPT output detector. So this is an online demo of the Chat GTP output director. This is accessible through GitHub, so that's cool. You can actually see the software that makes this happen. Based on this transformer, the results can start reliable after around 50 tokens. I don't know what that exactly means. Enter some text in the box, the prediction possibilities. So here we go. We will take this, hey Detroit, and we will take that was just generated, put this in here, and the detector is betting that this is 99.98% fake. That's pretty freaking good if you ask me. I mean, that's exceptionally good, right? Let's go ahead. And now there were some other things that I did last time I tested this. Let me, hopefully I can find some of those. I'll go to some of my recent files. Here was a cover letter that I wrote for a job. And we'll come in here and see what's up. Control C, Control V, we'll paste that in. And this cover letter, we'll check this out. Prediction based on the first 510 tokens. And this is 99.98% real with a 0.02%. That was a cover letter that I've written. We'll go over here. This is The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I went in and asked ChatGTP a series of questions to help me write an article around The Legend of Zelda. We'll put this in here and let the predictor do its thing. And bing, 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 bing. Still predicting. Let's see. We'll load up some more text here to see what happens. I have a presentation called What is Design? We could check that. So let's go and just refresh this and maybe paste that text back in here. Here we go. This is the boy named Link, Legend of Zelda. And yes, this was written with ChatGTP. I've got some stuff here on what is design that I pulled. There we go. Again, yes, that was ChatGPT. Do I have any other text in here? I believe that I wrote this myself, possibly. And yep, 92.90% real. That got that right. So what am I saying here? I think we're okay. Do I have any of my if any of my old English papers in here, those would be good ones to check, right? So, like professors out there, maybe take some of your old papers and run them through some of these things and check them out and see what works for you. Let's see if there's any other old text I can find. Oh, this is one of the things I did do yesterday. So we had this here, and I'm going to take one of these posts from the Chat GPT generated design, and I'm going to add on to this, and let's see how it changes over time. So here, this is one. Ooh, now this was a paragraph that I pulled directly from Chat GPT, and this is a 50-50. So let's test these other ones. I don't know if you can see this here. Maybe now you can. So when I did a presentation on design, it's in my YouTube here. I went through and asked what is design and had Chat GPT give me 10 responses, and I turned that into a word cloud here. That one it's predicting is fake. Number 2, it's predicting as fake. And this might be interesting to study, like what is the difference between these paragraphs that is actually causing this difference. Most of these now are 3 sentences. That number 4 is still seen as fake. Number 5. So why is number 5? Yeah, that's whack. We could probably dig into that if we really wanted to. I don't have the time yet, but let's find one of these now. This is number 6. That is okay. So this is pretty fake. Now, what happens if I add my own into this? So design is a process of creating a plan or concept for a product, structure, or system. It involves identifying blah, blah, blah. So design is also the output of the design process. This is a good or service that is typically a good or service, but can also be an event. Great design takes planning and constraints that allow for the opportunity to employ risk taking and data collection to iterate on a new product or service. So here I just added some fresh text to that and it actually came, didn't really update that too much. We're trying to see if this is maybe a quantity thing. The best designers in the world all have a bias towards action, are great communicators, and are very understanding of the human condition, also known as being empathetic. Oh, there we go. We're going a little bit here, right? The design process involves taking an idea, sketching it out, doing research, and coming up with prototypes that can be tested. Each iteration should test assumptions revealed from the previous research or testing period. Oh, there we go. So we shot up there to like 90% real. So now in this case here, I've gotten, I don't even know what's making this right, but how many words is this? Let's see here. What does it mean by tokens? I wonder if that would mean by letters. Word count. Let's check this word count here. Bing, bing, bing. So that's 100 words. And this is going to be 55 words. So it is 2/3 original right now, and it's saying this is approximately 89% real. So very interesting. ChatGPT is here. I don't think it's going anywhere, folks. I think the ChatGPT and the OpenAI folks are going to, from what I've seen so far, they want this tool to be beneficial and useful. And I truly think it will be. Individual creators have already seen how this can help to reduce the amount of research time that you have to do. Allows you to make things your own easier, in all honesty. The amount of time I would have spent digging into a library book or at the library got reduced by search engines and the internet. And now that time, just as everything kind of evolves, has been reduced even more because now we have a system, a natural language generator that can help us with that initial work that we need to do when it comes to maybe getting started with doing cool stuff. So I really appreciate it. I think it's awesome. This is huggingface.co. I'll make sure that the link is available over here, right? huggingface.co/openai-detector. I'll make sure that is in the chat. But any of my faculty friends out there, number one, I get it. We're already worried about how well our people can write and communicate. I think that what this tool is going to do, though, it's going to maybe reduce the amount of time that students have to spend researching, and hopefully we can use that time to help them start thinking, because that's truly what we need more than anything else. We don't need people who can spend time at a library and research or even read journal articles to do research. I get it. I understand why that's important. But at the end of the day, what we need more than anything else in the world is people who can think. And I think that ChatGPT, if we weave it into the curriculum in a responsible way, just like we did with the calculators, I think we are now at a point where we're going to move forward faster as a society with creating creative problem solvers. So this is awesome. I hope you found some benefit from this. And yes, as always, go Lions. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.